Arteta finally
Oh,
made it score City once again this season, because we all know in the Community Shield Arteta won the Community Shield against Manchester City, and today Martinelli have proved Arteta a lot of things. I don't know what to actually describe this game, because from the beginning to the end, Arsenal was absolutely incredible, and Martinelli coming in as substitute to get that goal was marvelous. Well, let me start with you, Kofi. Generally, what did Atete do right today? Because for me, his selection, benching Partey from the beginning and also benching Martinelli. I always tell you Martinelli is one of my boys in Arsenal. But then benching both players today, I was not comfortable with his selection, and they came in to actually prove that they were not in the bench for nothing. What do you take of Arteta selections today, and generally, what did he do right?
I am
You
not
are
sure you are
Arsenal
asking
fan,
me.
so
I am
probably
not sure you
you
are
can.
asking me this question. I back Ateta in whatever thing that he does. Even if he plays Raya at number 9, I'll back him because he knows what he's doing.
Ateta boy.
And first of all, I have to say hello to your viewers out there. And, I'm hoping they can join us to you know to start this program and then make it a nice one. Yeah. And once again, thank you to
Today you
Ashili
won, so you need to speak
for
up. I want to see that excitement.
for giving me the chance to discuss things like that. And K, the Manchester United fan is also watching me.
Yes, I
He's
got my
it's
eyes on you.
it's recording me and putting everything I say on record. So I should be careful with what I say and stuff like that. But I'll start by saying congratulations to the boys, my boys. I trust them, and Ateta is building the squad. Gradually we will be up there challenging the cities and the top teams in the world. And today's game was a little bit tactical. When you look at the changes, you are talking about Martinelli starting the game and Thomas Partey and stuff like that. I think it's all due to injury, and Ateta wanted to ease them into the squad. He doesn't want to start them straight up coming from injury and into the squad. He wanted to ease them into the team. Study the game and see what they can do, because we have a very good player in Trossard who can also play at the wing. So he was seeing, okay, let me go with Trossard and ease Martinelli into the squad because he's coming from injury, you know. And same to Partey. He started with Jorginho just to ease Partey into the squad because he's also coming from injury as well. He doesn't want to rush them and then, something happens. So I think that was the reason he did that. He did not start them straight up. He just wanted them to study the game from the bench and manage the injury that is going on with them. And you can see tactically he was on point. You understand? Tactically he was on point. And I think kudos to the boys and kudos to Ateta as well. You know, with all this time, what Ateta is trying to do is he's trying to build his team to beat Manchester City. I keep telling you off camera, he doesn't see other teams as a concern. He thinks Arsenal right now can go boot to boot with the other teams, but he wants to beat the best teams. He wants to challenge them. This is what Ateta does. This is what he sits down and plans to beat the best team, to beat and challenge the top clubs. And beating Manchester City today shows that yeah, he can do the job even without Saka, half-fitted Martinelli and stuff like that. So yeah, kudos to the boys and congratulations to us.
Congratulations to you. So okay, your general view about the game, because you watching a stand from afar from Arsenal, because you are from Manchester, but you are not a City fan. So I know you were supporting Manchester City to win against Arsenal. So what's your take of the game?
Yeah, point of correction.
Yeah.
Okay.
You said I was supporting Manchester City to beat
I
Arsenal.
said you might be supporting Manchester City because you are
Might,
from Manchester
nah,
United.
there's not
Uh-huh.
even a slim chance of me supporting Manchester City to beat Arsenal. Why?
Okay. Okay.
Why should I even do that? First of all, let me say
Besides, he doesn't see Arsenal as a threat. So we
no,
can win all the
let
games.
me let me make this clear. When I said I don't see Arsenal being a threat to Manchester United, I was talking about trophy accumulation. You understand? Because it will take Arsenal some time to catch up with the trophies that we've actually won. But Chelsea, they have shown that, like,
Ah, Chelsea move.
even if they are not good
Ah,
enough, they have this mentality of winning trophies. That was where I was coming from.
Okay.
You understand?
But
That was where I was coming
count,
from.
count. No, no, I don't agree with you on this one. Count our number of trophies and count Chelsea.
Look,
Which team is
let
much closer to Manchester United?
no, you
Aside
haven't.
Liverpool.
No, Arsenal haven't reached the point that I will envy them. You understand?
But Chelsea,
Because for Chelsea, yeah, look at the
they are,
past decade. Look at Chelsea's achievement for the past decade. It has been massive, and they
but
have shown that.
they cannot match you in terms of trophies. No, it's a long
No,
way to go. It's a
yeah,
long way
but
to go.
they have shown that they have the ability to attract this current generation, like the young generations. You understand?
Yeah.
Because they are playing well and they are winning trophies even when they are not good enough. When we think they are not good enough, they have this ability to conjure magic to win trophies. That was
No,
where I was coming from.
Chelsea shouldn't be a threat. No, 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 no.
Oh, they are a
When
threat.
when
Seriously.
when you talk of trophies,
Hmm.
no other team, you not wanting other team to match your trophy.
Then
Then I think you shouldn't talk of, yeah. You should talk
I
of
should have been
maybe
supporting
Liverpool.
Manchester. I should have been supporting Manchester City against Arsenal because Arsenal have much more trophies as compared to Manchester City. They have
This
nothing.
is why I'm saying
It's a feeling. It's a feeling. It's a business world. Once you have access to have money, then you can just buy the big guys, the top players. So it's all about business. That was where I was coming from. I wasn't even comparing on the field of play. I was talking about trophies. So let me get this one cleared. The game was very good.
Okay.
Like you could see that the ball was mostly, I think, about 80% of the whole game. That you could see that the ball was played on the ground, and then it was very nice and it was very good for
Mhm.
the Premier League. Like Kofi said, Ateta is doing something unique. At first, for me, I counted him out when he was struggling, and then there were these guys like Kofi himself who had faith in him, that they were advocating, they were just preaching that, what, give this man some time. For me, I didn't see anything. I thought that he was going to be like one of these coaches that gets sacked within like 8 months or something. But then gradually he's working his way into that elite coach that you can put the Pep Guardiolas and the Mourinho's, and I think is very good for us now for sticking up with Arteta. Manchester City. Uh, you don't you I wish I can express the happiness, the elation in me right now, because they've lost twice, and as a Manchester United boy, I feel happy. I'm very, very, very happy because I told you right from the start of this league that I'm worried that City is going to go unbeaten, because look at the squad that they have.
Never,
It's amazing.
never.
Even their bench have the ability to challenge for the Premier League. You understand? So if you have this depth in your squad, it means everybody will fear you. But today, Arsenal have shown that, look, City are beatable, and you can actually match them boot to boot
Yeah.
on a field of play. So in a nutshell, I think it was very good for advert for the Premier League.
And key,
So
Yeah.
don't forget they lost to Wolves last game.
that's what I'm saying.
So
When it comes to,
what were you saying?
I'm saying City, like Kay was saying
Mhm.
something about City going unbeaten. you know. And I was like, I told you off camera that no, they can't, you know. Looking at
Yeah.
the Premier League and what is happening, and off camera again, I said to you guys that City coming to the Emirates without Kevin De Bruyne is, is a must. We have to beat them, you know, because it always play anytime they come to the Emirates, they
Mm-hmm.
center their style of play on Kevin De Bruyne because he
Yeah.
got that nose to poke into these free spaces and hurt us. You know,
Yeah.
City today was not having that kind of player to do that.
Mm,
So you can see
mm,
Haaland went completely missing. You know,
yeah.
and this boy Bernardo Silva was drawing deep to get the ball, and and that was off for me. In the
Mm,
beginning, they had few chances because we were trying to take emotions out of the game.
mm-hmm.
Arteta talked about our composure anytime we are away, how we compose ourselves to take games to teams and then we calm down. So in the beginning, during when we started the game, we wanted to take emotions out of the game, especially at the Emirates. I think we play with so
Mm,
much emotion that made Tottenham to equalize and stuff like that. So all this are what we've been doing, and what Arteta is trying to do is to take emotions out of the game and play on a normal level to be able to beat this uh, this giant Manchester City. It's not a joke, and I'll say it again. It's not a joke, and you can see that Kevin De Bruyne was not playing, but we still fought hard to be able to to beat them. And it's because Ateta is coming out from a man he knows so well and a man that knows him so well. You understand? So you could always
But
see.
but don't you think someone will say maybe at Pep Guardiola midfield has a problem because a lot of midfielders like Rodri and also Kevin De Bruyne is not there. That's why Arsenal get that opportunity. Even
Yes,
their last game against Wolves, they lost that game.
absolutely, absolutely. Rodri's
show these
absence.
guys no mercy. They have the money. Look at the squad that they have. We wish we have the
No,
midfield that they
no,
play
no,
today.
no, no. Okay, no. Okay. Look. Rodri.
Hmm.
The kind of game and the kind of player that Rodri is
He's good.
hard to replace.
He's fantastic.
Very
We
hard to
get it.
replace.
He's
Very hard to
fantastic.
replace.
But this guy have
When City is
look,
playing,
even that England guy, what's his name? From Leeds. They
Davis,
bought him from Leeds. He's not even getting a playing time. And that guy is
Kevin
very
Phillips.
good. Kevin Phillips. He's not getting a playing time. And this guy is very, very good. You understand? Oh, for me, I have no mercy in my heart for Rodri and whatever. I wish that they, they don't even have those squad that they've been playing with.
No,
I don't
no,
care. I don't care. Look at
no, no.
the number of players we have. We have even with Chelsea. Look at the number of players we have on the injury list. It's massive. So I don't think that it should be an excuse that look.
No, 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 no.
I don't think it should be
That
an
I am not
excuse.
saying. I'm not saying it's an excuse, but I think
Mm-hmm.
it's a plus to us, to Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
To get an extra gear, to have the belief and the strength to say no. This time we can beat them because they are coming to the Emirates without two of their best players, Rodri and
Mm-hmm.
Kevin De Bruyne. And for me, I do always say, if I would love Kevin De Bruyne not to play than Rodri, because Kevin De Bruyne has that. He knows so well. It's like he's so experienced against Arsenal. He's got the nose to pick these empty spaces to hurt Arsenal anytime you play against them. Anytime. You know, during the FA Community Shield, we were playing without Kevin De Bruyne from the start. The game was okay and everything was moving on. Tactically wise, we were matching them. And then I think he made the changes. He brought Kevin De Bruyne on, and then he started picking those spaces that Arsenal always leave between the midfield and the defenders, And then the goal came through Palmer, maybe luck or something. We never stopped going. We equalized, and at the end of it, we won the Community Shield. So playing Manchester City playing without Rodri and I would say Kevin De Bruyne is a big plus to them, and we must, and we beat them today without those two players, and it's a little bit good for us that Kevin De Bruyne did not play. And you talking of Calvin Phillips. I understand you. He's a very good player, but trust me,
Yeah.
okay, the kind of the kind of player that Manchester City have in Rodri is irreplaceable.
Yeah, he's
You
good.
know,
He's very good. I'm not saying he's not good. He's very good,
yeah.
but I'm saying they have a replacement. You understand? They have replacements. That's what I'm saying. Because if Kevin Phillips is playing, he's a top player. We can compare him to any Premier League player that like in
And
the
did you
holding role.
realize he made the changes and made Stones to come into the meta?
That's what he
I don't.
does. Is Pep
Yeah,
Guardiola.
I don't know.
He can even
Yes,
make a
because
striker play at the center back. That's what he does.
no,
You know,
he
he
wanted them to
overdo
do it.
things. I don't sometimes I don't understand him.
He wanted no,
He
he wanted.
overthink.
So so
I don't think
Trossard
he overthinks. He
Trossard
wanted he wanted to close the spaces, that Arsenal were
Mm,
pocketing, those little spaces. And
yeah.
Silva was not doing that so well. So he realized
Mm,
that he need a kind of player that can, do the kind of ready stuff. And I don't agree with him sometimes. You have Kevin Phillips, who is equally good. He's a defensive midfielder. Why not play Kevin Phillips? Okay, I think we will always capitalize on his weaknesses and mistakes to beat them. So I'm not allowed to say that.
but do you know?
Yeah,
Do you know?
I'm
Do you
happy.
know? Do you know the kryptonite of Manchester City? If they are playing with players that have the ability to hold on to the ball, they tend to
Yeah,
struggle a lot. I think that's what is going to hurt them. If players start like being good on the ball, then City is going to have a massive problems on that.
No, I think today they are the only. I think it's just the midfield because if you have play like Kovacic,
Hmm.
who is or he hold the ball, but offensively he's not all that good offensively. We all know he's Chelsea. He's finding it difficult to even score goals. Not to talk
Hmm.
of playing defensive midfield. If you have play like what's the name of that young player?
Levis,
The one,
Levis,
eh?
Luis, but
Yeah,
I call him
Levis.
Levis.
He's not that experienced to hold that midfield role for Manchester City. So of course the midfield was just deteriorated and for me, I just wanted Arteta to start with Partey because starting with Partey, they would have been able to control that midfield right from the beginning. Right from the
No,
beginning.
no, actually, let me come in
Partey,
here.
Partey is coming back from injury, right?
Pate is
Mhm.
coming back from injury,
So
and he wanted to
it would
ease
have been
him.
a
Yeah,
gamble.
two race,
I,
and
I
then
thought I
and
thought
then
he
Yeah.
again,
played last game.
no, he didn't.
No.
He was on a bench, but he didn't. This is
Okay, so
this.
the question is
Mhm.
Trossard or Martinelli.
No, let me clarify the Partey issue first with the Jorginho thing. Manchester City, they like to press us. They like to press
Mm.
us, and Partey is not a kind of player that can lift the ball, those long passes to the wingers. You know, but Jorginho is good at it. So use Jorginho and protect him with Rice. Now, when you play Rice and Partey, it's like you using the same players to play the same passes to the left, to the
Exactly.
right, through the middle, and stuff like that. But with Jorginho, he can give that long, accurate passes to the wingers. You know,
Progressive passing. Yeah.
those
True.
progressive passes. So anytime
Yeah.
City
True.
are on us, you have Jorginho, who is calm, very calm, and also to release those long passes, very progressive to Jesus or maybe Trossard. That was why
Yeah.
he
True.
played Jorginho, and it was purely tactical, nothing else. When these
But
two
but
coaches meet, it's tactical, nothing else.
but then you could understand there was some instances Jorginho find it very difficult to cover when he go too deep because I saw him struggling to recover several times
That
when
is
he goes
why
too deep.
That is why he played Rice along him. So anytime the ball is on us, you see Rice coming back from his position to take the number 6 position and pushing Jorginho ahead of him. Do you
Yeah.
understand me? But when
Yeah.
we are on the ball, Rice joins attack for Jorginho to stay, for him to be able to give those progressive passes to the wingers and stuff like that. But the moment we loses the ball, Rice come back and sit to support Jorginho to do that kind of job. And it was perfect.
Mm,
For me, that is it. Very perfect. You know?
yeah.
Very perfect. So
Very perfect.
Trossard or Martinelli.
Why are you putting him on the spot? They are good.
I,
They are Arsenal
I,
players. They
I,
deliver whenever they get the chance. So I
I,
don't think he will be able to pick one over the
no, he
other.
will be able to pick. Let him. He will be able to pick.
okay.
But
Uh,
never count a Brazilian out. Does it?
no, 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 no. You know, when Trossard was on the bench and coming
Mhm.
in for Martinelli, doing his kind of magic stuff, pang, pang. I always, people were calling Ateta, no, start Trossard, Martinelli is that. I always stick with Ateta and Martinelli. He's too good. Off the
He's
ball,
so flexible on the ball too.
flexible on the ball, and he's dangerous.
Yeah.
He can cut in. He's good at cutting in.
Yeah.
But he hasn't got the pace to take the defender to his left foot. But with Martinelli, he's dangerous on both feet. No, no,
Yeah.
not dangerous on both feet. Dangerous
He's
when running
flexible
on
on the
both
ball.
feet. Do you understand?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
in case Arsenal loses, he runs back to. I think there was a tackle he made on Luis when Luis was dribbling through. Martinelli came from behind, to make that tackle to stop Luis from penetrating our defense. So for me, any day or time, I will go with Martinelli. But when
He's a
we have a
Brazilian.
problem, yes, when we have a problem and there should be anyone on, Trossard is also dangerous. When you are losing your legs against Martinelli, when you chase Martinelli up, down, trying to stop him on the left, trying to stop him on the right, then you become tired. Then we introduce Trossard, who is very dangerous. He can destroy you with both feet, catching
Yeah.
in
Okay,
with
there
it,
was a
kind of.
moment of the game.
Mm-hmm.
There was a moment of the game. City could have gotten red card with
Yeah, with Kovacic.
uh, overseas tackles. Do you think it
Yeah.
was like they were protecting City, or it was just yellow card offense?
Sometimes when you are watching a beautiful game, you don't. I mean, the referees, they don't want to do anything to hurt or change the beauty of the game. So I think the referee used common sense instead of the law. You understand? But for me,
Yeah.
it was a bookable offense. It was a second yellow. But for sake of the beauty of the game, I think the referee protected him. So
He was
it's
talking
all
of the
good.
first tackle. Was it a straight red card or a yellow card?
Which one? The first
The
tackle?
The first,
yeah.
yeah,
No, no, it wasn't. It
the
wasn't a
one where
straight
he
red.
raised his leg on the.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a straight red. No, it was yellow. It was okay. It
But
wasn't.
the
It
law
wasn't a
said
red
if,
card.
because look at the law
No,
said
eh,
His feet was
if
it
high.
he
wasn't. It
raised it.
was. It wasn't. It wasn't like excessive, reckless force. You understand?
It
The
was.
law
Okay.
says if it's reckless and you use an excessive force, but for me, I think it wasn't. No, it didn't merit a
Was
red
it a
card.
dangerous tackle?
It was dangerous enough to get a yellow card, but
A
not
red card.
not red.
Well,
No, it was enough. It was enough to get a yellow card, but not red.
yeah.
You know, and the
So
game the
we
game
all
could
know.
have could have changed if he has been shown the red card.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Yeah,
So
so
we all
it's
know
it's all
like
good.
Haaland couldn't actually show up in the game.
Yeah.
Is it that it was a bad day for him, or maybe Arsenal was just defensively
Look,
weak?
Haaland have a way of scoring goals, and if you've actually followed Haaland, and he doesn't get this sort of players like Kevin De Bruyne and then David Silva, what's his name,
Bernardo Silva.
Bernardo Silva's on song, he become useless like a passenger. If you cut those passes to him, he he become an ordinary player, and that's what happened today. So for me, I wasn't surprised when this midfield was playing and he was missing. I wasn't surprised at all. I wasn't surprised at all. So it's that's what it was supposed to happen. You understand? So it's good. They lost, and I'm happy. That's it.
or City
I think
lost
his
and you are
partner was
happy.
his
Yes,
partner
of
was not
course.
on the phone.
Everybody is happy. Even Chelsea fans are happy. Aren't you happy?
Me no.
Why not? Why are you not happy?
He's in
Do you
London.
hate Arsenal
London
that
rival.
much?
Yes, London
Ah,
rival. Check. I better go there and can come
next
back.
week we are playing them. They win this game, they will come on us. You know,
So you have to
next two
devise a
weeks.
no, you have to devise a strategy to beat them. It's simple. They did it today.
They take, but one thing you should understand is City lost this game because of their previous game
Yeah,
against Wolves. So already when they are coming in, they are already questioning their
they are
mentality.
panicking. They are
So
panicking.
like Arsenal lost this game today.
But you won.
Probably
Chelsea won like 4-1 or 5-1. So I
4-1.
think you should have the confidence to beat Arsenal.
I think you were
Where
there
is it?
playing.
Where is it to be played? Where is the match to be
I
played?
think Stamford Bridge,
Emirates,
yeah.
Stamford
But I
Bridge.
think
Then
but I think you
why are
were
you panicking? You can beat them.
Me
it's
too.
all about the winning mentality. That's what is
No, look,
Okay.
look.
What are you talking about?
Arsenal, at the moment, Arsenal is playing well. And when they get those passes together, those triangles, when they get them going, I
Playing
think
well.
nobody can
Our
stop them.
players are gradually coming back. Today we played
Yes,
without
that's
Bukayo
what I'm
Saka.
saying. Nobody
After the
can stop them.
international break, you have Bukayo Saka to deal with. So dangerous, yeah.
well,
Oh, he didn't even
well,
play today, right?
No.
no, he didn't
No.
play.
We
So
didn't
Bukayo
play.
Saka
it's
was
squared then. It's squared then.
Yeah. No Bukayo
he
Saka. And no Martinelli.
didn't play. Probably he might come back against Chelsea,
Yes, of
but
course.
then maybe that could
No,
have been the end of Arsenal.
as a neutral guy, what I'm looking at. Chelsea is
What are you
coming off
looking
a
at?
win.
Mm,
Chelsea is coming off a win. Arsenal
uh-huh.
is coming off a win, and it's a derby.
Okay.
So I'm just going to get my popcorn, relax, and watch a beautiful game because they are going to go at each other, and it's going to be a beautiful game. So you panicking, you being
No,
skeptical or
I'm
whatever, for me,
see.
I don't care.
It's
You
not a
understand?
panic. That's the real. I know in Stamford Bridge, Chelsea can
You beat them.
massacre Arsenal, but
They'll
then
do it.
winning against Almighty City.
Yeah,
You see,
why are you
that's
so
the
But
scared?
winning
you
against.
just said City was depleted. You understand? So what are you afraid of?
It's still
It's
City.
not that
If
City
you
that
still
you
combine,
people would think would have beaten Arsenal comfortably, right?
but if you still
Without the Kevin De
combine their,
Bruyne's and the Rodris, and so it's a depleted City side that they got beat.
But trust me, we'll beat Chelsea.
Oh, you beat
Yeah,
them. Oh, you beat them.
yeah,
I know you beat them.
yeah.
I know
I
you beat.
know,
We'll beat Chelsea.
You
Yeah.
know,
I
at the moment, I don't think Chelsea have. Well,
This is
you
football.
never say never.
You can give them a chance. But then trust me,
Yeah.
I keep telling you one thing about Mikel Arteta and what he's trying to do. He's trying to go boot to boot with the best teams in the world. He's trying to build a team to beat the best teams. That is what I keep telling you. Anytime he loses to City, anytime he loses to Chelsea, anytime he loses to these big teams, he becomes so worried. He goes back to the front. He tries to sit down. He deploys strategies and come back again. That is what he's trying to do. When he loses against the young boys, usually, and when he loses against them when he's talking, you see that he accepts the defeat because of one or two mistakes that he does, and he's so calm. But anytime he loses against the big boys, anytime he loses against the Chelsea's, the then he sits down and you could see him sweating, so worried because he wants
Hmm.
Arsenal to be in that category, So right now, if you're a big team and you are playing against Arsenal, my friend, you have to come good. If not, you will be beaten. That's what I'm going to tell you.
I wish, Kofi. I wish you keep this energy for like in 2 years time because you know what, City is always going to be a top club. You
I know,
understand because they have the financial backing.
I know. And so
But
far as we have Arteta,
with
so
us
far as
now,
we have Arteta, I keep telling you guys, and I want you guys to believe me.
wasn't
Before
wasn't the
Arteta,
same Ateta last 2 years or
I
something
don't
ago?
even last week
Oh,
the Champions League.
no,
that is what I'm saying.
no,
That
it's
is
a
what I'm
different.
telling you about Arteta. That's what I'm telling you about Arteta. No.
No,
Now,
no.
let me
Champions
tell you
League is Arsenal's kryptonite, so please don't mention it.
let me tell you something about Arteta. That is what I'm saying. Let me tell you something about Arteta. Now, before we appointed Unai Emery, you know, the list that came was shortened, and we had Arteta. We nearly appointed Arteta, and then one or two decisions from Vinay and Co said no. Unai Emery has the experience and that. That was when I started reading about Arteta and what he can do. Though I was following him at City, but I was not so much concentrated because I never thought he would be coming back to take Arsenal. Then I went back to Arsenal before he was leaving. He made a statement and he made a speech. I'll come back. He told his wife that I will come back and I'll come back to Arsenal as a coach and take the club forward. He made that statement. I started reading about him, and what the main things I read about him was he was a promising coach. He was born to be. This is what I do always tell you, because top coaches, anytime they are talking about Arteta, they go back to when he was as young as 15, 13, having conversations with the coaches and telling them what he thinks would be good. At Everton, he was doing the same, just as Moyes made a statement about him. When he came to Arsenal, he was always confronted by Arsene Wenger. How do you see the game? And he was talking to the boys, even as a coach. So Arteta, he is a born manager and a born coach. So he is building Arsenal to beat the best. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So far as we have Arteta as our manager, if you're a big club, if you're a top club, coming to the Emirates or coming to you, you have to stand up, because the mentality of the coach is to build Arsenal to be an elite club, to challenge with the Bayern Munich, to challenge with the cities, the Manchester United, I don't think Chelsea,
What Manchester United?
Yes, so Manchester United is still an elite club. It's a big club. So
No,
when it comes to the Emirates,
on a field of play, we are not.
We play against. Oh, come on. Manchester United is still up there. Trust me, Gabe.
No, we are a big club financially, but when it comes to the field of play, we are not. That's the honest truth.
Now, just take your mind back to when you met us at the Emirates. What happened? You nearly won the game.
Look, those are the sort of games that you psych yourself to play well, but consistency make an elite club. You understand? If you are there consistently, then we can say, look, you are United. Look at for the past 10 years, post Fergie era, nothing better has happened. Financially, United is a big club, but on the field of play, nothing is happening.
It's still a big club. That is how I see it. So Chelsea, you are a big club, and we are younger clubs, the smaller clubs, trying to compete with the bigger clubs. So trust me, we will disappoint.
So you see, he's already accepting. He's already accepting the fact that it's not gonna be drinking for them in Stamford Bridge. But one thing today something happened. Liverpool drew with Brighton 2-2.
I watched that game. It was very nice. But then, Brighton is doing something that the world is not seeing. The way they play is unique. Where from their coach?
De Zerbi.
It's an Italian.
Italian. He's an Italian.
Yeah, De Zerbi is an Italian.
Or Ukrainian. I don't know, because it's like he coached Modric before.
I don't think it's. He's an Ukrainian. Yeah.
He's doing a good job. He's doing a very good job.
Yeah.
No,
Ukrainian, right?
I know he's an Italian, but he started his career at Ukrainian.
Because I know he coached Modric before, so like even there was a game after. Yeah.
Roberto Gischerdi. On the 6th of June 19.
Whether I don't know whether he's the
professional football coach.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know whether is the system that they have in place is helping him to get this boy to play the way they are playing now. I don't know.
No,
but then he's doing a very good job. It was a beautiful game today. Only that I, I I can say that the goals was conceded on it was defensive error that caused both sides the goals. But then on the field of play, like the other side was very good. It was a very good football. And Liverpool, their counter attack, when it gets you, you are not getting off.
Mo
I don't know
Salah.
why. I don't know why teams don't look at this, because when they get you on that edge, they will push you off, and they are very dangerous on counter attacks. You understand? So it was a very good football in general. That's what I wanted to say.
You know,
But
Deserby. I think I'm talking too much about Arteta. You know, but let me tell you one thing about Deserby.
Hmm.
He's got the mentality of this uh, 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 elite coaches.
Hmm.
He built his team to challenge the top teams. You know,
Mm,
I quite
mm.
remember this season they went away to be beaten by, is it Nottingham? No, one of the teams beat them five something.
6-1 Aston
6-1. Is
Villa.
it Newcastle?
Aston
Aston
Villa,
Villa.
Aston Villa, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I think uh, the next time he was playing one of the top teams, and he said during his press conference that it's a different game altogether. We are playing
Mm,
against a top club, and we know how to compete at the top level. These
mm,
coaches have a mentality of building their team to compete with the best teams. So now,
mm,
when they meet the smaller clubs or the so-called co-equals, then they become like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Because
mm,
they do study the top teams, what they are trying to do, how they pass, how they create their triangles, then they match
mm,
them boot to boot. So Deserbi has
mm,
this kind of mentality, and you can see that anytime he plays against the top teams, he is so good. If you are not
mm,
tactically good on how to study him to stop him on certain ways of playing, he will beat
mm.
you. That is why he was
Yeah.
able to use Caicedo so good. Espana or something, the boy that plays at the left back of Brighton.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
good. Look at Mitoma. So good. Look at Trossard when he was there. So good. He builds the players with this elite mentality to compete with the top boys. So anytime they
Mm,
meet the top boys, they are there. I'm also a good player. I'm equally good as Kevin De Bruyne. I can do what they
mm,
can do. We can push them. You understand? So he has that mentality. So anytime a top team is going to play against Brighton, you have to be careful because they are building their club to compete with the elite, to beat. That is the kind of mentality that De Zerbi has. You understand? So
mm.
watching them against Liverpool, I was not surprised.
No,
I
no, but with that, you don't expect him to lose, because if he had lose that one, that would have been three consecutive time losing it in Premier League, and also in Old Trafford, he what's the name? He has never lose his game in Old Trafford since taking over as Brighton coach. And one thing for sure, he has admitted that Caicedo, the kind of role Caicedo was playing in their distant days, they miss him because the player that they bought, was his name, that he's good, but he's still not like Caicedo. According to him, yeah, he's still not like
That
Caicedo.
Cameroonian guy.
Yeah, that Cameroon, I think he's playing like is it the
No, the
Cameroonian
win.
guy is
He's from Cote d'Ivoire. I've forgotten his name. The other guy, the
no, the
other
Cote
that guy
d'Ivoire
playing on
guy
the
is
wing
playing
is,
wings,
yes, and the
but they
Cameroonian
had a
is that 19-year-old is
yeah,
playing where Caicedo was
Caicedo,
was playing,
yeah. So I
and
think
he's
he,
doing very well.
and when you look at Deserbi, he's just a coach who can transform like players.
is Carlos Baleba. Carlos
Carlos Mbele,
Baleba.
exactly. Carlos Mbeleba, yeah. He's very good. Even against Chelsea, he had injury, and then the following game he wasn't able to play, and they still lost that game. And today, when you look at him, he was very instrumental in that game as well. And believe it, and
Yeah.
Giuseppe, he's a transform. He transformed players into what he to suit his formation, to suit whatever he want them to play. And when you look at how he stands in the touchline, you see that he's always comfortable because he does his homework before getting into the field. And I don't know, that guy is absolutely an elite coach. But most of the times, most of them, when they get a top team, they find it very difficult. I don't know why. One example is just United coach right now, Eric Ten Hag. When he was in Ajax, he was just elite coach, transforming players, and now in United, even yesterday they were booing him. Okay, we are talking about United. Look at us. What happened to United yesterday? You like, I don't know the kind of football United is playing. They nearly
You
lost
see,
against Brentford, even
you
in
see, when
Old
I was
Trafford.
when I was talking about the Brighton coach, I made mention of something. I said, I don't know whether he is good or is the system that they have in place is making him good. Because these players, especially at the youth level and the system that they have, when I'm talking of IAS, they
Mhm.
drill these players to have that sort of mentality and to have that sort of ability to be good on the ball and to play a certain way. So it's easier for a coach to work with them. You understand?
Mhm.
Manchester United is a different club with a different style of play. And if you've seen something, Eric Ten Hag has been buying his old players. So
Yeah,
basically, he is trying to get those players that have been drilled or trained to suit the system that he wants to play. That's how I understand the whole thing. But
thereby,
it's gonna take
thereby,
time.
thereby rejecting the players that are not his old players, like the
They
way
are
he
not
did to Jadon Sancho.
not that he will blend. Jadon, look, we can go on and on and on about this Jadon Sancho guy. When Sancho was in Dortmund, he was very good. I was crying for him to come to Manchester United. But look at what has happened. This guy thinks he's bigger than the club. You
Nah,
understand? Yes, yes.
why do you say
You
that?
don't you don't you don't you don't you don't criticize your manager in front of the media. You don't do that. You don't put that thing on the look at the pedigree of Manchester United. You've not even tarnished the image of the club, but you've hurt us financially. You understand? And do you
Mm.
think that these owners are going to sit there and take this? No, they won't. They will not take it. So all that I'm saying is that look, Eric Ten Hag is a very good coach. So
Yeah.
he just needs time to adjust to the system or to bring the system that he was used to in Ajax to Manchester United. Because with Ajax, I think that he had it easier because of the system that they have in place. But United is not like that. So he's gonna struggle for this time being. But then I think he's gonna come clean. So
So yesterday,
for me,
what went wrong?
what do you mean what went wrong?
What went wrong?
We won the game 2-1. And
It's not
it's not
about.
news.
It's not.
United winning in injury time is not news. You know?
No, but it's not about winning the. It's not about winning the game, but it's about
Mhm.
what United did on the field of play. Because if you do that against Arsenal, you are going to lose. If you do that against
Yes.
Chelsea, you're going to lose. If you do that
Yes.
against West Ham, you are going to lose. Not to talk of Manchester City or Liverpool. You know it.
Football is a game. Football is a game that we love and hate so much. You understand what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
the matches that you think you are going to take it easier, those are the matches that ends up being the hardest. That is why we love football and that is why we hate football so much. Manchester United playing Arsenal or Chelsea or Liverpool will be a different ball game altogether. But right now, what I'm hoping is that we get all those injured players back and then we start building something that will be good for the club. Because if we have everybody back, I think we are going to have a decent play on the field and actually try to match or catch up with these Chelseas and the Arsenals. So I just hope we
Right now, you
get we,
don't
we get our players back.
need to mention Chelsea name because Chelsea is also struggling.
No, Chelsea is playing well. Look at your last two matches. You know, you are actually playing well.
Someone will tell
Look,
you,
United. The reason why I'm saying this is that Chelsea won by playing very good football. United won
yeah,
on a sheer lack.
Yeah,
You understand? It was I
I get
think
it.
it was the ground that drove us to win the match. That's it. But Chelsea is winning based on the performance they are putting in on the field of play. But United is not like that. We don't have a system in place right now. I mean, a way of playing. We don't have
So
that thing.
why is it
It's
so?
like they don't know what they are doing. They are just running on the field.
Is it the coach problem or the players?
It's both. It's both. I think the players are not doing what the coach wants them to do, and the coach too is not being able to get the players to play how he wants to play football. So I think it goes both ways. That's why he's been buying his old players because he has a system of playing, and basically he thinks that these boys are not fit enough to play the system that he wants to play football.
So
So we
that's
should give
why
him
he's
time. Look,
stubborn, right?
Ateta was given time, and look at what
Time,
he is
yeah.
doing right now.
Hmm.
You understand? So I
But it's
think
Arsenal.
United
They
too
don't.
needs the same thing. They don't
But
want
it's,
anything. Eh?
they are not trophy. They are no. I'm going to put it in a way because I still have a little soft spot for
you
Arsenal.
want to
I
sugar you
think they
want to sugarcoat your words.
no. They are not trophy drive club. You see,
Yes, it's true. They want top.
unlike
They want top four.
Chelsea,
That's it.
if we don't get trophy and we don't play Champions League, then you are
It-
out.
It's chaos.
So I think it's the trophy drive club that they are not into, but they've given Ateta that time because I saw them after this guy too. They have been able to sack so many coaches to give Ateta that
Mm,
opportunity. United
mm,
have sacked a lot, but
yeah, yeah. I think United was taken by me, Eric Ten Hag, because right now there's no point sacking him because we've tried other coaches and it didn't work. So right now the best thing is the board need to stand by him and try to get him the players that he feels that he can really work with. That's what United should do. Sacking him will be like we will be going backwards. You understand? Because if we should sack him right now, we will be going like 2 years back, which is not good. So I think we should stick with him and then give him time and then give him players that he needs and he's going to perform.
so lastly, Newcastle United after winning against uh, PSG in the Champions League drew against West Ham.
Yeah, like I said, that is the game that we love and hate at the same time. The games that you think that you are going to win, you will lose. That's the whole thing. I think in the Champions League they played very well. Their psyche was really off the roof. They were so determined to prove a point against the PSG match, because if you could see right from the blast of the referee whistle from the start, these guys were running as if they are on steroids, and they played very well. But I watch a little bit of today's game, and it seemed maybe they were tired. Who knows? I don't
Maybe,
know. But then it was it
maybe.
was a it was a it was a different game altogether. That Newcastle that played PSG in the Champions League was missing. They were missing. So, and once again, it's a Premier League, and anything can happen, and it's also football. So you don't know. When you think you are playing well, somebody is sitting comfortably in his room doing what you are doing well
Doing
and finding antidotes to what you are doing well.
exactly.
So that is football. That is football for you.
All right, all right. So I think time is gone. Probably we need to start,
Mm,
guys. Your what do you have to say to your fans, and then probably the fans before we say it there. But you can also keep your comments coming. And also, if you haven't joined us, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to this channel and be part of us. And also, we listen to everyone. So, your last words, then probably.
um, United fans should just give the manager some time. Chelsea
How about
fans
Arsenal?
should be worried. Arsenal Arsenal fans should keep the hope that Ateta keeps doing what he's doing. That's all that I can say.
Okay. So, guys, you've heard K. Thank you very much for coming on board. And hey, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and be part of this amazing community. We give you this time to time and every weekend. There's international break probably next 2 weeks, but maybe Ghana is
Yeah,
playing against USA, right? In this
yeah,
international break. So probably
yeah.
most of them, if we have time, probably we'll give it to you and play. And hey, we really appreciate you guys and be part of this amazing community. And thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video for sure. Wait,